This is Chapter 5, Section A, support, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about this confidence interval. And we've just got 3 questions to finish talking about this, but this should help you on your Chapter 5A support. So the following summary of statistical study gives a sample statistic and a margin of error. Find the confidence interval and answer any additional questions. So a poll is conducted the day before a state election for senator. There are only 2 candidates running for this office. The poll results show that 61% of the voters favor the Republican candidate with a margin of error of 2 percentage points. Should the Republican candidate expect to win? Why or why not? Okay, well, this is very similar to what we were talking before. So this poll here said that they took a poll and that 61% of the voters favored this Republican candidate. Then it says we've got a margin of error of 2 percentage points. Well, we know that to win an election, you have to have, so we're looking to see if this margin of error is going to make the candidate be greater than 50% of the votes. 50% would be a tie. So we're starting out at 61. When we consider our margin of error of plus or minus 2%, okay, the low end of that would be 61 minus 2, which would be 59% of the vote. The high end of that would be our 61 plus 2, which is 63, so 63% of the vote. So we're really confident with this poll that this candidate is going to be in between 59% of the vote and 63% of the vote. So yes, we think that they're going to win. The Republican in this scenario is likely to win because both endpoints of the confidence interval are greater than 50%. 59% to 63%, both greater than our 50%. So that's how we would work that problem. Okay, let's look at the next one. The following statistical study gives a sample statistic and a margin of error. Find the confidence interval and answer any additional questions. So this is a national survey of 1,506 respondents reached on landlines and cell phones, found that the percentage of adults who favor legalized abortion has dropped from 53% a year ago to 45%. And I do want to emphasize that these are just made up numbers. We're just working scenarios that are made up. Okay, so they think that the people who favor legalized abortion has dropped from 53% to 45%. The study claimed that the error attributable to sampling is plus or minus 4 percentage points. Would you claim that a majority of people are not in favor of legalized abortion? So now we're not worried about what used to happen, right? This was the number that it was. It's dropped from 53% a year ago. Now it's 45%. So we're really not worried about this 53%. So we're looking at 45%. And it says that we've got a plus or minus 4% error. So when we do 45 minus 4, we're down to 41% on this end. When we do 45 plus 4, we're at 49% on this end. So these are the people that claim that they are not in favor of legalized abortion. It's dropped to between 41 and 49. So would you claim that a majority of people are not in favor of legalized abortion? Majority would be greater than 50. So the answer on this one would be no. The majority of people are in favor because these are the people that are not, and we didn't reach 50%. Okay. think that I have made a mistake because let me read these options again. So no, the majority of people are in favor of legalized abortion because the confidence interval for those who are, well, we figured this part out, is between 41 and 49. And then it says, because the confidence interval for those are not in favor of legalized abortion is below 50%. Yes, the majority of people are not in favor of legalized abortion because the confidence interval for those in favor of legalized abortion is below 50%. That's the one it's supposed to be. I think I just misread that a while ago when I marked C. Because this one says, no, the majority of people are in favor of legalized abortion because the confidence interval for those in favor of legalized abortion is below 50%. These people are not in favor of legalized abortion. So I read it backwards. It needs to be B. Okay. So last problem. Determine whether the following study is an observational study or an experiment. If the study is an experiment, identify the control and the treatment groups and discuss whether single or double blinding is necessary. If the study is observational, state whether it is a case control study, and if so, identify the cases and controls. So in a study of the effects of magnets on back pain, okay, in a study of magnets on back pain, some participants were treated with magnets while others were given non-magnetic objects with a similar appearance. The magnets did not appear to be effective in treating back pain. So, experiment, or is it observational or experiment? Well, it's an experiment. We actually have people that are participating in this experiment. So it's not an observational study. It's not something that we're pulling data from that we've already figured out. Okay, we're actually having participants. So this is going to be an experiment. The treatment group is going to be the patients that use the magnets, and the control group is going to be the patients that receive the placebo. Okay, should it be, I think the last question said, should we do single blinded or double blinding? Well, it's almost always better to do double blinding, because if you don't think you're getting the treatment, it's going to affect how you say you feel. So we don't want the participants to know, or we do not want the researchers to know, because the researchers might try to lead the questions if they want their treatment to work. So we really want to do a double blind study. This is an experiment. So the correct answer on this one is going to be B. Okay.